What is up, guys? This is the Master Your Metabolism Masterclass. I put too many masters in this title, quite obviously. But we're going to go through this. It's going to be about your metabolism, of course. And if you've got any questions, let me know. If you're watching on the replay, I want you to drop a comment saying replay. And if you're here live, please make sure you are muted. The conversations with your husband. Okay, right. Yeah, if you've got any questions, pop them in the chat, pop them in the comments if you're watching a replay. And if you're watching a replay, I would like to see your name also to let me know that you are here and that you've seen it. Okay, cool. No worries, Gail. Sam, already with the questions. I will come back to it. Right, so this is the Master Your Metabolism Masterclass, and we're gonna go straight in. So first of all, if you guys do not know who Cam and myself are, basically we're personal trainers in person, and we were basically fed up with basically the bullshit that's online. You know, eat less, move more, just cut to 1,200 calories, just be in a calorie deficit, don't need to lose weight, don't eat carbs, don't drink water, don't breathe air, like all of this crap that is spouted around online. And also, I was fed up of seeing women in particular, age 30 above, put myself in here, getting frustrated by seeing these girls that are in their like teens and 20s with their like tiny bodies that have got like all their hormones, like, you know, they just come out of puberty, so they're like metabolism through the roof. They're doing all these like jumping things, doing these HIIT workouts, doing all this stuff, and basically saying this is the only way to do it. Not backed with science, not backed with any sort of evidence or studies, just because it worked for them. So we wanted to create a program and a place, a community where you could learn about your body, learn about yourself, and learn about how your body works so you can get to your goal, whether that is losing weight, building muscle, like toning up, whatever it's going to be. That is our goal. So it's not just weight loss. This is coaching. It's about the two of us working together. And that is also why it's called This is Coaching. That's where Team Tech come from. All righty. So I'm going to keep moving my head. There we go. So most of you want to lose weight and tone up. So the general advice says to eat less, move more, right? I'm going to open up the panel so I can see a couple of you guys as well. So I know I'm not talking to myself. This is the general advice. Just eat less and move more. Or one in the chat if you've tried this. If you've tried eating, just eat less and move more. Let me pull up chat so I can see. Just a one. If you've been there. Yep. One. Yep. One. Yeah, definitely. So I've also been here, and this was the start of my journey. So I cut obviously to 1,200 because that's the magic number that MyFitnessPal tells everyone is. Because everyone wants to lose 2 pounds a week, right? No one's like, I'll do it half. It's fine. No, everyone does the full 2 pounds a week. And so obviously it gives you 1,200 calories, doesn't matter about anything else. And I was moving as much as possible. I was running. I was doing like 10, 12 to 15,000 steps a day, plus the runs. And I was also going to the gym, sometimes twice a day, but I wouldn't leave until I'd hit 500 calories because I thought that's how you lost weight, being in this magical calorie deficit. The 500 calories a day equals 3,500 calories a week, which means 2 pounds, 2 pounds a week, right? Sorry, 1 pound a week. That's what they say. Plus the 500 I was in deficit from eating, there's 1,000, which means that I would burn 2 pounds a week. Makes sense, right? Well, so why didn't it work? So if it was that easy, everyone would be able to do it. There would be no plateaus. Everyone would be constantly eating less and constantly moving more. Could you imagine everyone just like walking? No cars, no escalators, nothing. Everyone's just walking everywhere. But we do plateau. And there's times in our lives that we can't be as active and we just want to eat a bit more. Maybe we're just bloody hungry, so we want to eat more, right? So how many of you have cut calories, exercised, lost weight for a bit and then plateaued? Put a one in the comments or in the chat if you have ever plateaued? Mine's like a one. Mine's like one, 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 one. Yeah, yeah. Tammy, Tony, anyone tease? Megan, Rachel, Sam. Yeah, exactly. So it is definitely something that happens because the body adapts. There's Donna as well with a one. Um, I did speak about weight loss plateaus just maybe last week on my Get Ready With Me in the Morning. So maybe I'll link that somewhere under here as well if you want to learn more about weight loss plateaus. Okay, so how many of you then, after you plateaued, got frustrated, give up, ate all the calories back, and gained all the weight back, and then sometimes more? Got a one in there. I'll change up soon. I'll do a two, but another one for now, just so I can see. Yeah, Nina's like a one, Megan's one, Sam, Amy, Tammy. Yeah, and this is what happens, right? We feel so restricted that now we've suffered to lose weight, and then all of a sudden we've plateaued, and then we're like, fuck this, like I'm just gonna eat everything, I've missed out on this, I deserve this, I've worked so hard, what's the point? You just eat it all back, and then your body regains the weight back plus more. It's called fat offshoot. So how many of you have said these? This is what I hear all the time, right? Let me move this. I've just got a slow metabolism. I've damaged my metabolism, or all my family have got slow metabolisms. Let's do a two. Anyone heard or said any of these or believe that? Because your metabolism does slow down and speed up. So it's a true thing. Two. Yes, look at you guys. I like that you're listening because I changed that up and you spot on. Yep. Two, damaged, yeah. 100%. Okay. So let me just pop this back up so I can see. Okay, so here's a quiz. What do you think the most determining factor to the speed of your metabolism is? A, genetics, B, lifestyle, or C, age? I feel like this is a hard one. A, B, or C? B. Let me open this chat. Ooh, we've got a mixed bag. I like it. Okay. You're gonna tell us B, but I've always thought A and C. Anna, the psychic. B, C, C, B, 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 all of them. Good. B, C, C, all. Look at you all cheating, copying. Well, they all do have, oops, a determining factor, but the question was the most determining factor, right? So they all do play a role. Correct. You're all right that said that. But there is one that plays the most, and it is lifestyle. So even if your parents have got like really bad genetics, you're like, I'm screwed. Just look at my family portrait. Like you can't change that. Side note, menopause exactly the same. If your mum and sister and everyone's got like really bad, go through really bad menopause or have been through really bad menopause, lifestyle is the most determining factor of the suffering, shall we say, the experience of menopause. So the earlier you can get on track with having a healthy, well-rounded lifestyle, the more long term it's going to be for you as well. Okay, it's not just going to help with weight loss, but it's also going to help with metabolism, metabolic health, hormone health, general health, and then you're going to look good because of that. Okay, so what is your metabolism? People always talk about it, but I think if I asked, I'm not going to ask you guys to like type it all out, but I'm sure if I asked you guys, you'd be like, it was just kind of like when your body it's calories, right? Like that's something to do with calories and a fire and something. Sam says, I'm gonna be the change and have an easy menopause transition. There we go. Manifesting it into the world. So metabolism is, let me move this. Metabolism encompasses all the biochemical process in an organism that convert nutrients into energy and builds up the necessary cellular components, influencing how efficiently it burns calories and maintains bodily functions. That is a scientific definition there of metabolism. But you guys know I tried to break this down as best as possible. But before that, everything, a calorie is energy, right? So you will be burning calories, or you will be consuming calories, or you'll be in and out. Okay, there'll be calories coming in and out consistently. So I will come back to the definition, don't worry. But this is how your body burns calories throughout the day. And I show this all the time because no one believes me. Even though this is science, no one believes that this is how you burn calories. So I'm not going to go into all of them, but your BMR is your basal metabolic rate, and it counts for 60 to 70% of your total daily energy expenditure. So lots of people will be like, TDEE calculator, BMR calculator, all this, like, don't do it, please. For God's sake, don't do it. If you take anything from this, don't use a calculator. So if you burn, I should have thought this maths before. If you burn 2,000 calories a day, over 1,000, nice save, of those calories are going to be burnt just from being alive, right? From all the processes in your body that happen without you knowing about it. It's not like, okay, now I'm moving my ATP to my ADP. Like, we don't think about that, right? It just happened. So we all focus on the exercise activity thermogenesis, the eat, which is 5 to 10%. We're like, I'm gonna burn all the calories. No, love, you're gonna burn between like 5 to 10% of your total daily energy expenditure. Why don't we focus on the big chunk? Why don't we optimize this instead of getting marginal gains up here, right? So that is how your body burns calories. And I wanted to show you metabolism, right? This is your metabolism burning amount. So the metabolism is like your body's engine that turns food into energy. So the calories are in the food, and then you eat it, the body breaks it down, and then now you've got energy. So energy is then stored. Well, it's either used or stored. If it is stored, then is often, majority of the time, stored as fat if there is too much. So your body will grab the energy, use what it needs, and then anything that's excess, it will store. That's basically how it works, right? So what will it do? It will build up muscles, it will build up bones, it will digest food, like it'll do all of these things that, again, you don't think about. But your metabolism also determines how quickly you burn those calories. So how quickly do those calories get through your body? Very, very quickly, you use them up. Or does it go through slowly and it stores a lot? So that's the difference between like a fast and a slow metabolism, how quickly it burns those calories. Oops. Oh God, I've got a virus thing that I keep saying. Yeah, I'll cancel that. Okay, so this is a little bit more advanced, guys, but I wanted to talk to you guys about it. Catabolism, not cannibalism. That is something completely different. Catabolism is the breakdown of molecules. Okay, so it's like the breaking down of things. So breaking down of food, breaking down of muscle to create energy. So if you aren't consuming enough energy, calories, then your body will find it from somewhere else. Fat, maybe, or muscle, unfortunately. So it will find it where possible, and it will also store it as well. So the other side is anabolism. Again, not with a C, without the C, not cannibalism. So this is a synthesis of compounds needed for cells using energy. So when you're building muscle, it is called an anabolic effect. It is a building effect versus catabolism, that is a breakdown effect. Does that make sense? Claire's like, does it make sense? Does it make sense, Claire? Okay, cool. Just because you're up and I can see you on the screen. You can see Time is driving. I can see Sam also. Sam, does it make sense? Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm not going to go into these. Okay, how many of these do you experience? I'm going to make my head small here. How many of these do you experience? Constant fatigue, even though you get enough sleep. Difficulty losing weight. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, out of 9, these 9 flags I told you we talk about. Tell me how many in the chat. So constant fatigue, difficulty losing weight, sensitivity to cold, even though other people like, it's not cold, mate. I mean, if you're going through menopause, it's probably not one of your problems. Hair loss on dry skin, cravings for sugar and fat, slow digestion, constipation, GI issues in general, irritability and mood swings. So one for me. Poor sleep quality and low libido. Like, your partner's not happy with you. Like, it's been a while. Okay, let's have a look. Um, 8. Okay, says she's used of anabolic steroids. Yeah, anabolic steroids so they build up the muscle. 8, 5, 6, 5, 5, 3, 5 out of 9. Yeah, 5, 7, 3. Wow, being coached has really helped me. Thanks, Anna. 4. Yeah, so most of you, at least half, right? Some of you, almost all of them. And that ninth one, no one wants to admit. No one wants to admit the low libido, okay? But it's very, very normal. Okay, and then you've got a 6 there as well. 6. Cool. All righty. So I'm glad, in a way, that you guys experienced this because now I can help you. Now we know we're in the right place. What I will say is some of these things you might be going, but wait a minute. This is kind of menopause as well, isn't it? Like, I'm constantly fatigued. I find it difficult to lose weight. I'm not cold sensitive. I'm having hot flashes. My skin's a little bit dry. I'm always craving sugar. My digestion's a little bit off. I have mood swings into rage. My sleep is not very good. He's waking up through the night. And yeah, if he touches me, I'm going to lose my shit. Like a lot of you guys are probably thinking if you are going through perimenopause, these are similar. And yes, because the metabolism and hormones and thyroid issues, yeah, Lorna, they're all hormonal, they're all hormonal, right? So if one thing is off, a lot of other things will be off. And this is why I find it very fascinating and concerning that people just go straight to eating less because eating less is not going to help fatigue. Eating less is not going to help cold or hot flashes, for example, right? Doing loads of exercise is not going to help irritability, mood swings, like doing loads of HIIT and stuff. It's also not going to help with sleep quality, despite you thinking, well, if I wear myself out, right? So we need to be really careful when we're trying to lose weight. We need to look at the health implications. And I'm gonna be very careful with what I say here. But if you are perimenopausal and you're experiencing any of these things, thinking you need to go to your doctor and get HRT, perhaps look at other things first, such as the things we're about to discuss, because it might not be perimenopause. Even if it is, most of the things can be helped or softened with the tools that I'm going to tell you. All right. So I'm going to be very careful. I'm not damning HRT. I'm just saying there could be more natural approaches. Tactful. Okay. So there's some of the signs. Let me just let someone else in here. They are some of the signs of a damaged or slow metabolism. Do you remember earlier I said that your metabolism slows down and speeds up depending on different things, right? I said that, didn't I? Let me check these cameras. Yeah, thank you, Anne. Yeah, Anna's nodding. Cool. Yeah, guys, don't forget, you are all going to be on the recording of this also. So crack a smile. There we go, Anna. Looking lovely. Okay. So, well, I was honest earlier when I said that it does speed up and slow down. But the side that I showed you was a lie because it's not strictly true. Your metabolism cannot be damaged, okay? It just adapts. So if anyone says they've got damaged metabolism, if you hear me talking about having people having damaged metabolism, it's not possible. It's just what people say when it has slowed down. So remember, I was like, the speed that your body processes energy is a fast or slow metabolism. That will depend on lots of different things. Let me just close this down a little bit. It'll depend on a lot of different things, some of which we are going to talk about momentarily. But someone in the chat, everybody in the chat, tell me what the number one thing is that defines the speed of your metabolism. Except for Tammy, because she's driving. Anybody else, though? Who's been paying attention? Pop quiz. The number one thing that determines the speed of your metabolism. Thank you, Claire. A star, Sam, nice one. Gail. Everyone else can copy now. Quick, pretend you're just slow typing. There we go. Yes, yes, yes. Lifestyle, lifestyle, lifestyle. Yes. You guys paying attention. Or at least paying attention to the chat. So let me pull this back down. Cool. So what can affect your metabolism when it comes to lifestyle? Now, under lifestyle, I have very aptly broken it down into three areas. We're going to look at food. I think we're going to look at exercise. Can't remember why I did it, kept in and why I didn't. Um, and then also like a typical thing that we do day in, day out that can help or hinder our metabolism. So everyone was like, yeah, I've heard eat less, move more. I've tried that. But eating less can slow down your metabolism because your body's now trying to conserve energy. Think about a tube of toothpaste, right? When you've got a brand new tube of toothpaste, you're like you don't care, do you? Just like check it out. When you've got very little toothpaste coming out, you're like, I'll just use a little bit because I don't want to waste any, or makeup. Like I'll just use a little bit now because like I don't want to use this all up. I haven't got much left. And so you're going to use less and less and less. And your body's exactly the same. Oh, I feel like my thing's delayed. The body's exactly the same in that sense as well. So the less food you're putting in, the more it's going to want to conserve. So it will slow down the metabolism. It won't burn as many calories throughout the day because it's like, well, we haven't got much energy coming in, so we better not put much energy out. Just like money, right? I haven't got much money coming in. I'm not going to be spending a load of money. I'm going to save some. I'm going to be frugal, whatever the word is. So the adaptation helps your body manage different situations like changing your diet, activity levels to keep it functioning. So your body's core goal is to keep you alive. It doesn't care if you have a nice time. It doesn't care if if you're having a jolly life, if you're happy, if you're sad. It just cares if you are alive, which means that it will stop certain bodily functions if it has not got enough energy coming in. I always use the example of bikini competitors. They eat very, very, very little. And so you can actually lose your cycle, your menstrual cycle, because your body's like, this isn't a safe place for me to live, let alone like grow a child and breed, whatever. Because ultimately we're, evolutionarily speaking through science, that's what we're here for, procrastination. I do feel like that sometimes. But the survival of the species. This is my favorite thing to tell friends who are also trying to lose weight. You're putting yourself in starvation mode at 1200 calories. Yeah, starvation mode. We will talk about that soon, right? Not today, but we will talk about it. But yeah, exactly that. Your body will start to shut down everything. And if you think when we were cave people, we either were eating because we were like actively attacking animals or picking vegetables, or we were really, really hungry because there was like adverse weather, like a blizzard or something, or there was a threat outside the cave. So we didn't go out. So we stayed in. So our body would then need to store energy as fat so that if we are in these starvation times, our body has still got some energy to use. So Cam spoke about a study yesterday. Now I'm not, I will say Cam spoke about this study yesterday, not me. So I'm just regurgitating what he said. But he said this guy was 400 pounds overweight, I think he said. He didn't eat for 365 days or something, and he lost 200 pounds. Something I'll ask him to clarify. But basically, because that guy had 400 excess pounds, he could then eat his own body, catabolic state, for his survival, essentially. Now, if you haven't got much body fat, that is not going to be the case. If you're not 400 pounds plus, please don't just not eat for you. Don't say Faye told me to. I did not. Okay, so that is the nutrition. Does this make sense so far, guys, with the like amount of calories kind of situation going on here? We need to eat enough so our body knows it's safe and can start to use energy versus store it. Yeah? I'm going to open this up. Open. Let's see all these beautiful faces. 100%. Thank you, Claire, Rachel, Becky. Thank you, guys. Donna, Leonora's nodding away. Thank you. Okay. So that's good. Okay, so, oh, I did not do the muscle one. I'll talk about that in a sec. Okay, so if you suddenly start sleeping less, your metabolism may adjust by slowing down. So this is going to happen because your body wants to conserve energy and it knows it's not going to get sleep. And that's when we're going to like create energy, I guess, or like pull out energy. And so it's not going to perform at its best. So your body's going to be like, do you know what? Let's just let's just not burn calories because we might need them. And also, there's other things that happen hormonally, and also like the cortisol response. Your body's like, is there a threat? Is there a threat? Is there a threat? Because when we didn't used to sleep, caveman days, probably because there was a threat, right? So the adjustment in um, shutting down your body or like conserving energies will help ensure that your body still has got the reserves and is not burning too many calories than it needs to be able to function. So again, it's going to focus on survival over optimization. When you're stone age person, stone man, when you're a snowman, that is fine. Like survival is the key. But in these days, we kind of want to optimize, right? Survival generally, depending on where you are in the world, isn't a threat, which I'm assuming. But we want to thrive and not just survive. So yes, our body will still react like we are back in the cave, but our lifestyle has evolved quicker than our body and our body's functions and responses. Does that make sense? I'm just going to check. Da, da, da. Anna, does it make sense? Okay, good. Yeah, let's see when. I'm going to check if Sue's come in. If not, right, I'm going to try it one more time, which I'm going to have to stay up next time because she's making me lose my flow. Okay, so that's the sleep. Okay, so let me talk about exercise while we are here. I did not do a slide for it because I thought I wouldn't have time. But here we go. So when you do consistent cardio, right? I spoke about this the other day. Look at Mo Farah, runner, endurance runner, tons of cardio, tiny bit of weight training for not for speed or not to be better at running, but to prevent injury essentially and to help with the endurance of running. But to get really good at running, you've just got to run more. It's a skill, just like anything else. Not very muscular, right? Like I think it's cool. I think it's fine to say that. It's not very muscly. Um, then you've got Usain Bolt, hench, right? Sprinter, short distances, power, explosion, a lot of weight, a lot of plyometrics. And so your body is going to adapt because it is an adaptation machine. So when we're running, your body's going to go like, do you know what? We don't really need that muscle. We're not getting the stimulus to tell us build muscle. We're just getting the stimulus to tell us to run all the time. There must be a threat chasing us. That saber-toothed tiger's behind us again. And so we want to get rid of anything that's going to burn a lot of calories, to take a lot of energy, and that is muscle. Muscle burns a lot of calories. It is expensive. So that versus Usain Bolt, who is constantly telling his body, build more muscle, be more powerful, be more explosive. So when we are doing tons and tons of cardio and you're not eating enough, you're putting your body into a catabolic effect. Now, Mo Farah probably is 3 to 5,000 calories a day to you be able to train at his level. But even still, he's not the most muscular person in the world. But we've got women who think that they can run, do 10Ks, do marathons and stuff, and still eat 1,200 calories, right? It doesn't work like that. Your body is going to basically shut down, it's going to adapt, and you're going to go into a catabolic effect. What happens when you've got a catabolic effect? Your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, will decrease because, like Sam mentioned at the beginning, I told you to come back to it, Sam. If you've got more muscle mass, you burn more calories. So more muscle, more calories. Less muscle, less calories. say I'm 150 pounds and I am 18% body fat, 150 pounds, 30% body fat, exactly same lifestyle. 18% body fat Faye will burn more calories than 30% body fat Faye because I've got more muscle. My body's like, let's burn. We need muscle. Obviously, Faye keeps picking up these heavy things and throwing them down and picking up a heavier thing next week. Obviously, for some reason, we need to be building muscle. So the stimulus needs to be there. Let me go back to Sam's question that was right at the beginning. Let me see if I can find it. Or Sam, if you want to write it again. Oh, here we go. Do men have quicker metabolisms because they generally have more muscle? Well, it depends. You've probably got more muscle than Roger these days, isn't he, Sam? So it really does depend. It's not just muscle, but also size in general. Men are typically bigger than us, like height and like, just being broader, being more muscular, higher bone density. So their BMI is going to be generally higher. But if you had someone like um I know someone a guy that's like 4 foot and 6 stone, and then there's a woman who is 6 foot and 12 stone. She's going to burn more calories than he is metabolically. If he's more active, he will. If he's got that kind of lifestyle, he will burn more. But at a very basic level, that's the difference. Is there a way of checking your body fat percentage? I've heard scans, I think, Katy, not scabs. If that's how you spell it. DEXA, no hexa, DEXA scans, yes. But they're difficult to come around, to come by. You can get the body, it's like a water replacement test or something like that, when basically you go under the water, exhale as much as possible, almost die, and then they can weigh you with and without the air in you and stuff. But generally, it doesn't matter what your body fat percentage is, as in it doesn't matter what that number is because you don't know it. So it's not going to make a difference, is it? Like I could weigh it in mine and I could be like 18%. And then I could go to the gym and be 20%, and then go to another gym or have a DEXA scan and be like 23%. But I'm not going to know if I'm making progress unless I'm consistent with the measurements. So unless I was having a DEXA scan every month, or I was going to the gym every month and having that scan, they're inaccurate, by the way, or using my scales, also inaccurate, there's not much point in freaking too much out about that. Instead, think about how much muscle you can build. And the way to know if you build a muscle is, are you getting stronger at the gym? So that is the best way to kind of figure out if you're improving. If your scales are coming down, your weight is coming down, because again, the number doesn't matter, but the trend. If you're losing weight, but your muscle is increasing, your strength is increasing, then you're losing body fat. If you're getting weaker and your weight is coming down, that's probably a sign that your muscle is deteriorating. I meant to write scan and not scab. Yeah, no worries. There you go. Hopefully that helps. But basically, guys, I don't know my body fat percentage, and they can also be manipulated. I went to one of the top ones, like at the gyms and all that, one of the more accurate ones, the body fat test. I can't remember what it was. And I went at the beginning of the month and I was 20%, something like that, right? And then I was on photo shoot prep, but I went at the end of the month or 6 weeks later, something like that. And I was 12.5%. I was not 12.5%. I can tell you. I looked at myself and I said to the guy, like, we need to do this again. He was like, no, it's real. I was like, no, we need to do it again. And literally within those 5 minutes, I'd gone up like 0.5%. So water manipulation can also change that as well. So the bioimpedance machines, the ones you stand on, the ones you put your hands on, it basically sends a current through your body, and the speed a current goes through fat and goes through muscle is different. So it will basically time how fast it goes around. But if you're dehydrated, which I definitely was during that period of no carbs and doing just shit ton of cardio, that is going to manipulate the speed that it goes round, and therefore it's going to tell you a different body fat percentage. So it would be wrong, essentially. So just ignore it. Don't worry about it. As long as you're feeling good, looking good, that's all that matters. Okay, so your body burns less calories. So when these things happen, right? When you're metabolically adapting, that's the posh word for it, when your metabolism's slowing down, you burn less calories. So let's say you were eating your TDE, your total daily energy expenditure for maintenance. To maintain your weight, you need 2,000 calories a day, right? But all of a sudden, you're not sleeping as much. So your body starts to conserve energy. So it burns less. So all of a sudden, 2,000 calories. If you're burning 500 and you're a 500 calorie deficit, now you're only burning maybe 400. And then you eat less and less and less. So maybe now you're only burning 250. And then you're doing loads of HIIT and losing muscle. Now you're only burning 150. So now your deficit is smaller because you haven't optimized things like your sleep, your stress, your hydration, your lifestyle, all of these things, muscle mass that we speak about. So now you're thinking, why the hell is why is my weight plateau when it's slowing down? It's because you're metabolically adapting. So you need to either change something up or you need to, which people hate this, but you need to do a refeed. You need to reverse diet back out, right? So these are the things that you could be doing every day that are slowing down your metabolism, your metabolic rate, shit sleep, lots of stress, not eating enough, especially protein, and doing too much like cardio, basically, and not building enough muscle. So these are the other things that you could have done in the past or currently doing that could damage. Let me know how many. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of these, right? Chronic dieting. How many of these out of 8 have you done or are doing? Chronic dieting, yo-yo dieting, for example. Overtraining, only leaving when you hit 500 calories. Doing all the classes, back-to-back days. Having a high stress level. Lack of sleep. Sometimes, with your kids, can't be helped, but generally, stop scrolling on TikTok. Ignoring weight training. You're just doing cardio because you want to burn those calories. Not drinking enough. Having loads of caffeine because you're so tired that you have to have the coffee. Shitty nutrition. Don't care what it is as long as it's low in calories. And then hormonal imbalances or hormonal problems. Just ignoring those signs, which are the things to spoil. One. Claire's like a pro though. 6, 8, 3, 3. I've done every single one of those at one point or another. 5, 3, 3 to 4, lack of sleep. Yes, Megan. 6, 6, 3. Yeah. So all at some point. Yeah, I've probably done the majority of those as well through my life. Now Anna's at 2 or 3. She's done them all, but now she's at 2 or 3. That's good. Sleep lets me down. I need to go to bed earlier. Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing else to say. Yes, go to bed earlier. It's a luxury to go to bed early, says me who, I'm terrible, I'm getting better, I'm working on it. But all of these things are the things that majority of people will do in order to lose weight. And also hydration comes down to not eating carbs as well, is basically you're dehydrating yourself, right? So that's how you get lighter through keto. But we all do this, and this is because we've been programmed to believe that eat less, move more is the way. Overtraining, moving more. Chronic dieting, eating less. Overtraining, more workouts, which is high stress. Not sleeping because you're training so much and you're not eating as much, so you're hungry. Not doing weight training because trying to burn calories. Can you see like all of these are coming back to that first statement, eat less, move more, which, as you guys know, I hate. Okay, so how can we fix it? How can we fix it? Apart from go to bed earlier. Let's see. Build more muscle. Surprise, surprise. I bet none of you knew I was going to say that. But like we mentioned earlier, you will burn more calories if you've got more muscle. It's a very expensive tissue to run. So I'm just, as I'm sleeping, I'm like a calorie burning machine. Built loads of muscle. Now I'm just basically doing a marathon while I sleep, burning that amount of calories kind of thing. I've got a quiz for you. Quiz. How many calories a day does 1 pound of muscle burn? And how many calories a day does 1 pound of fat burn? So give me two numbers. Pound of muscle, X calories a day for 1 pound of muscle. And then fat. 1 pound of fat equals how many calories do you reckon? No Googling, Anna. I see you. Look, popping up another screen. Anyone got any ideas? Muscle a day, 1 pound, right? Which is, you know what a pound is. Everyone has little tiny weights at the gym. Pound. Can't remember the numbers, but muscle been 6 times more, right? Question. Harvey says. She's hoping this is right. Because actually it's just publicly put out there. 1 and 10. Okay. Any other guesses? Any more for any more? Anyone take the guess? 50 calories and naught. Interesting. I think no one else is brave enough. So good for you guys who did. Claire's just like, no idea. Full stop. Like, okay. So muscle burns about 6 to 7 calories per pound per day, and fat is 2 to 3. So it's double to 3 times the amount, roughly, isn't it? Yeah, 2 to 3 times the amount. So not quite 6, but definitely double at least. And you probably think, oh, fucking hell, Faye, like you baked that up. You made that out to be such a big thing, having muscle mass and yeah, crazy. Crazy in a good way or bad way, Anna? Like, that's nothing. Oh, in a good way, okay. You guys probably think, Faye, you told us like it was gonna change my life to have more muscle, but it's only 6 calories. Right, chill out. If you have got 110 pounds of muscle, that is 660 to 770 calories a day that you burn just doing nothing, just sitting here, right? That's that's a lot, guys. That's like a 10K run. I would rather sit than do a 10K run, right? Like quite frankly, I'd rather sleep and burn those calories than go out for a 10K run. So we need to build muscle mass. And also, side note, when you have got like the amount of effort it takes to build muscle, that will cause more calorie burn also. This is just having the muscle. This is not even growing muscle. This is just having it, right? So 660 to 770. I need some muscles. I'm like a veal. Come on, Anna. Let's do some push-ups. All of us on the floor. Get some muscle. Okay, and also, side note, you're not going to build muscle by like doing HIIT classes, right? Just because you've got a weight in hand and doing a fucking shit ton of reps doesn't mean you can build muscle, right? So stop it, pack it in. You've been told. I'm not telling you again. Okay, so the next thing, another quiz, optimizing protein intake. That is another surprise you guys never could have guessed that I would talk about. But protein actually burns calories as you eat. So it's not technically a BMR, but it's a part of the lifestyle that will help. I was wondering why I've noticed that my standing calories burnt have increased because it's been back weight training. Exactly, Claire. Exactly. So protein helps you build muscle. Remember, muscle, 770 calories a day, muscle. And it's going to enhance satiety, which is a very posh way of saying make you feel full, and increase metabolic rate, builds your metabolism. So it increases the rate. So how many calories do you think you, this is not quite right. I've worded this wrong. How many do you think you burn versus digest? So out of those numbers, A, B, or C, do you think you burn 6 to 10% of calories digesting protein, 12 to 20% of calories burning protein, or 20 to 30% of calories eating protein? So you eat 100 calories of protein. How many do you think you burn? A, 6%, 10%. B, 12 to 20%. 12 to 20%. B, C. Tony's like up there. He's like, fuck it, I'm going all in. I feel like it's bad marketing to put A, but C seems insane. It would be bad marketing, wouldn't it? B. All right. Well, is Campbell just joined? I thought I saw his name pop up. Yeah, there he is. No, he can't hear me yet. He hasn't joined. The answer is, wait, let me get back to people. The answer is C. You burn 20 to 30% of the calories that you intake of protein. So if you eat 100 calories of chicken breast, you will only absorb 70 to 80 calories of that. So you're like, because it takes so much energy to digest protein, it burns that much calories. Let me just where this is, mute cam. Because it burns that amount of calories because of the effort it takes to digest it, it means that you're actually can eat more for the amount that you actually consume, if that makes sense. You don't digest it all. So Anna's looking in such disbelief, like, you fucking pull my leg. No, I'm being serious now. I feel like you said this to us before, but it's really hitting me today. Probably because you're on it now with your muscles and, had your hair done, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so having a high protein diet, high protein does not mean 100 grams, okay? Just because something says it's high protein, like 2 eggs is not a high protein breakfast, okay? You need to be eating a bare minimum of 1 gram per pound of body weight. E.g., you are 10 stone, 140 pounds. You need to eat 140 grams of protein, okay? 140 grams of protein, I can't do this math, I'm not gonna lie, is 560-ish, I think, calories, right? That's wrong. I'll have to work it out. But the amount that you would eat and then burn off, and then the amount, as in like you don't digest, and then the amount that's going to go towards muscle, and your body's going to not absorb that because it's going to muscle, and the muscle, building the muscle is going to burn calories. And so like, look at all this like difference that you've now got. So eat high protein. You can eat 2.2. I've done 2.2 before, like 2.2 grams per pound, right? So if you're 10 stone, 140 pounds, 140, I'm now eating 280 grams of protein a day. I'm literally just eating protein. And it's really interesting, actually. I'm going to nerd out here, but the science has shown that even if you eat in a surplus, but those surplus comes from protein, you actually lose fat mass because of things like this, because your body's digesting consistently, because you're satiated, you're not snacking on things, because you're more active, because you're like building muscle, you're lifting weights. So the increase, the surplus actually gives you more energy. And because it comes from proteins, not carbs or fat, you're actually going to lose body fat from it. So eat more protein. I don't know how many times I can say this in my reels, in my lives, in my check-ins. Like, eat your fucking protein, guys. Like, if you're gonna eat something, eat protein. Okay, sleep. Claire, this is for you. So sleep can influence your oh, hang on, let me read this. Let me go here. Are protein products like protein bars, protein puddings, protein shakes, good protein sources? I find it hard to eat all the protein. So that is Nancy. So honestly, yes, to an extent. I would say you're aiming for 140, 150 grams of protein, right? I would want you to be getting at least 100 from food, from like actual food. And then you could top it up with these supplements. They are protein supplements to supplement a diet. Oh, here he comes. Me too, Nancy. I find it hard to get my target every day. I'm taking shakes twice. I hope that is my cam and I'm just not like taking a piss out of someone else. But ultimately, you want to get most of it from whole natural foods. There's no additives in chicken breast most of the time. There's no additives in beef steak. There's no additives in tuna. All right, don't talk to me with the mercury, but you know what I mean. Most of this stuff is going to be pretty natural, which means that your body isn't going to struggle to digest it. It hasn't got these artificial sweeteners, artificial flavorings or anything that could irritate your gut, that could cause hormonal issues. So as much as possible, real food. and then supplement it with these extra things. So a day of eating to get over like yesterday I got 167 grams of protein, right? I had 3 eggs and ham for breakfast. Ham's a little bit processed, but here's what it is. 167 grams. Then I had like a turkey, tomato kind of like sandwich thing. Then I did a protein shake actually, 25 grams protein shake. And then I had 180 grams of chicken. 180 grams of chicken. That's like 47 grams of protein, right? No, it's not ideal that you have it like that, but no harm, no foul. I also had a 2 eggs on bread with high protein cheese. So playing with the high protein stuff right now, and chopped tomatoes. There's no protein in that, but you can see most of that. Very little of it come from a high protein version of anything. Oh, and high protein roll actually. So I'd say about maybe 40 grams, 50 grams maybe come from high protein stuff, and the rest of it is all natural foods. Yeah, I'm similar, but I've started in peas and chickpea pasta, a little bit of lentils. If you're a meat eater, you shouldn't be struggling, basically. If you're a vegetarian or plant-based, it is hard and you need supplements most of the time. But yeah, nuts, seeds, uh, beans, pulses, legumes, meat. Any animal product is going to be super high in protein. And the difference between a plant-based protein and an animal-based protein is an animal-based protein is a full protein amino acid, and a plant protein is only partial. So you need more of a variety of plants and more mass of them to hit the same amount of protein you would otherwise. I used to not like chicken breast, eating it almost daily now. There you are. Teach yourself, isn't it? Cottage cheese ice cream, interesting. Or cottage cheese mousse is 25 grams of protein. I never hit my target without it, and it's whole foods. There we go. Perfecto. And if you guys want our protein framework, just message me protein framework, something like that, and I will send that over to you. Or Cam, he's here now, so bombard him with your messages, and you'll get it more quickly, probably. Okay, so back to sleep. Hopefully that answers your question. Sleep can influence your BMR, which we've already spoken about. So if you have sleep deprivation, lowers your resting metabolic rate, meaning fewer calories burnt at rest, which can contribute to weight gain. So to have good sleep, this is what you need to do, okay? This is like the creme de la creme of advice for sleeping. There's too many. I'm probably not going to give them all. Get daylight. But that's daytime. Yes, but it helps. Okay, it helps with your circadian rhythm. You need to sleep in a dark, cool room. Remember those cavemen? They slept really good because they were sleeping in a cave. So we need to make our bedrooms like a cave, dark, cool. Probably not wet. It's probably not the right area they want to go down, but cool and dark. Put your fan on, open the window, wear an eye mask, keep it quiet, use some earbuds, hit your partner, wherever it takes, put a pillow over his face gently to get the sleep that you need. Ask him to sleep in a different room, wherever it takes. 8 hours before bed, no caffeine. 5 hours before bed, no work. 4 hours before bed, no food. 3 hours before bed, I've forgotten what that one is. Cam will probably tell me 2 hours before bed, no water or drinking. You can sip. And then 1 hour before bed, no lights. No lights. No more lights. No phone, no electronics, no nothing. Dark cave. No water. I mean, like, don't be like, oh my God, I haven't hit my water now. I need to drink like 750 ml because you pee the bed or you have to get up, right? Or you have to get up to go to the toilet. So front load your water, if anything. Okay, so putting it all together, who feels like they've got a shit ton of work to do on this? Who feels like, yeah, I learned a lot. I probably should start focusing on this. Tammy, Anna, I'm very upset by this because they are two of our clients. But Lorna, yes. Anybody else who's like, do you know what? Yeah, I should probably start working on this protein. Yeah. So it is very easy to come to these, sleep for sure, yeah. At least I'm still working on it. Yeah. It's very easy to come to these trainings and be like, yes, I've got all the information now. But I did not tell you anything you cannot Google, right? You just go Google this if you want to fact check thing. But you can go and Google this and you will get the advice that I have just told you about. Now, you are not stupid, guys. Like, you know all this stuff deep down. You know your body feels better when you settle. You know your body feels better when you're eating shit all the time. You know your body feels better when you're getting some muscle. It looks better too, right? You're hearty. You feel more confident. Like, you know this stuff makes you feel better. But actually doing it is different. Like, I don't want to cook my food. I don't want to do my weights. I'm scared. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to foggier, so I feel nervous. There's big men in there. They're scary. They're not. But there's one thing to know and there's one thing to do. Right? So, got a gift. Wouldn't it be easier? Wouldn't you agree, ladies? That would be way easier if I just realized it's not just ladies in it, but guys, you guys, if you had the game plan, the blueprint laid out, if you had the accountability to get there, if you had other women on your journey also, not only supporting you, but cheering you on, answering your questions, giving you advice, giving you protein ideas, do you think it would be easier to hit your goal? Rather than just like, yeah, I went up Anastasia, they said some right stuff. She was right. I Googled it just to double check. She was right. Yeah. But did you implement it? No. Hell no. Absolutely, guys. Yeah. You're like, yeah. Yeah, Faye, you were right. Yeah, no, I didn't read that. 100%. Okay, 100% easier with you. So, my gift to you is, wow, look at that animation. I didn't even put that animation on there. Is metabolism 7-day challenge. 7-day challenge. So if you are a client, do not click this link. Tammy, I can see you like getting ready to click it. If you are a client, you are invited to this, of course, anyway. You do not need to register. If you're not a client, come to our challenge. If you're a client, if you've been in our challenge, please drop in the chat how freaking awesome they are. They fill up very, 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 very quickly, okay? So you can either go to bit.ly/metabolism makeover 24. You need the capitals. That's the other thing. You need the capital letters in there. So capital M, metabolism, capital M, makeover 24, metabolism makeover, or you can just scan this, take a screenshot in 3, 2, 1. Yeah. And don't take one when I'm like pulling a face, take one and I'm smiley. And then you can just go through here and you apply to get in. We don't let everybody in. Every time we do a challenge, we're more stringent with who we let into the challenge. So please make an effort. If this matters to you, if your weight loss and your goals matter to you, make a damn effort and fill in the application form like you would, if you want to win something, right? Because you're basically getting thousands of pounds or thousands of dollars of support. You get your workouts, you get your nutrition guide, you get more education just like this. You get to see my face, and even Cam might do something as well if he pulls his finger at his arse. He might also show you something. But yeah, you get the support of everyone. So you get like thousands of pounds and thousands of dollars worth of stuff in this challenge. So if you want that, if you think it's going to be valuable, drop your take a screenshot of this thing, scan it, or you could put in here, or you just message me makeover. We'll use that keyword, makeover, me or Cam makeover. And we will send you the application. Okay, let me open this chat. Oh, love your challenges. Let me open this. Where is she? Claire, did I say it like you said it? Ooh. Cool. I love the challenge I was in, love them, can't wait, hope it starts next week. It does start next week. It starts on Monday. Yes. Challenge is a great support. good little push in the right direction. These challenges are fire. I'm ready for another challenge. Yes, yes, my gals. This will be my first one. Look forward to it. Yes. Sounds amazing. It is amazing, Claire. It is. You can fact check me. You can Google it and fact check me. But yeah, honestly, like the people that do the challenges love it. They feel really encouraged. It's like an incubation pod. It is quite like boom, 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 boom. But if you apply the stuff that we put in there, if you get involved in the group, you will see like a change. You'll feel a change. The scales will start to come down. The inches will start to come down. Your energy will start to go up. Like bloating, sleep, all of these things will improve. So definitely crack on, get on and apply. Starts on Monday. And we will be sending out towards the end of this week emails to say if you have been successful. So this is going to close on Thursday. The application for this is going to close on Thursday. There's going to be 25 spots. Maybe I'll bump it to 30. And then plus you guys, my clients, like, you're in anyway, I got you. So that's exciting. I love a challenge. You guys know I get really passionate about it. I really love them. They're super involved. And we are rooting for you. So, any questions? Ta-da! End of the presentation. And I was over. I was over by 10 minutes. That's why I didn't add the extra things in. So I didn't add the exercise in, but I did anyway. Definitely ready for challenge. Yeah. Yeah, you will. Your challenge. Any questions that I can help you with? Anything you didn't quite understand in the presentation? Anything you would like me to elaborate on? Anything you want to debate with me? I'm down for it all, guys. No. Okay. That's fine. I would say, is everyone excited for the challenge? But I've already seen that everyone is. Where's the protein pack? In your message cam. You can message me. Just message me protein framework, and I'll get that sent over to you. What happens to metabolism during maintenance? Should you ever change it up? So if you're in maintenance, your metabolism is stabilized because now you are maintaining. So it's not in a catabolic state. It's not in an anabolic state. It's just maintaining, just maintaining. So it won't go up or down. Should you ever change it up? Change what up? Change what up, Claire? So, like, I very rarely sit at maintenance. I'm normally like on a build, trying to build my metabolism, trying to build strength, or I'm on cut, which is then putting me in a catabolic state, unfortunately. But generally, I don't sit at maintenance, and your metabolism will adapt up and down. So if you're eating the same amount of food, if you're doing the same amount of exercise, everything's going to be the same. If you say roughly the same, because then if you've got your period, it's going to increase, right? So there are different kind of things, but generally month to month, if you're eating the same, doing the same, literally moving the same, just eat the same amount and you're going to be good. Just don't try and push too hard. Like eat less or more to keep your metabolism working so it doesn't slow down. So it will slow down if you it shouldn't slow down unless you start to eat less or do more or do less exercise, for example. So no, it should just keep ticking along at maintenance. You can do mini bulks and mini cuts. That can be helpful to like rev it up a little bit or rev it down. You can change a little bit with nutrition split, macro split if you want to just change it up a little bit. But generally, just stay the same, and it should stay the same. It's finals week. I have a gazillion essays to grade, so I got a chat. Thanks, Faye. I learned a lot of helpful stuff, and it reminded me some good info too. Smooches to everyone. Is there a minimum amount of protein I should get from whole foods? I like my protein shakes, but I don't want to give them up. Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, 100 grams. Although if you're a guy, I would say 2/3 is what I'd kind of aim for. That's where I'd kind of hit. So if you're looking at the low end, really, how many grams of protein are you aiming for, Tony, at the minute? Totally smashing it. Thanks, Faye. You're really sick. Okay, 140. Oh, Tony, man. Amateur. 140, you should definitely be getting at least like 110, 110 from Whole Foods and then start to bulk it up. You can top it up with like high protein stuff, like high protein bagels, high protein cheese, whatever. But generally you want to get as much of it from whole natural foods. Um, and then have your protein yogurt or shake or whatever as an extra. I would say if you were aiming for 160, 180, 200, then you could be like banging in the shakes. Donna.
I'll just unmute if that's okay.
Or
I just find it a little bit easier to talk than the typing. Couple of things. One, no, I didn't do the run, the cycle, everything all today. So I thought the question was over the bank holiday weekend.
wow.
So no, I'm not that crazy.
Super active.
Also, I just have one thing for Claire Armour, who's on the call. I'm guessing it's the same Claire who's from the High Protein Meals Facebook. Just a massive thank you to, I know obviously I've messaged you outside of this, just for feedback. I find that page really helpful on the protein. For myself, I still really like my cardio. I've done running for a good 5-7 years now, but now trying to work more on my muscle. I've always done the probably strength once a week.
Yeah.
I tend to do my cardio in the mornings. So I get up at 6 a.m, do cardio between rowing, running, spin bike, and then my strength in the evenings.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I've got a gym at home, so I'm quite lucky to obviously fit it in. How many strength sessions? I know obviously a lot today is on the nutrition side, but for me, from what you've said, it's lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm now trying to look a lot more at my nutrition because I think that has let me down. I don't get my sleep that I should. But from a strength point of view for building muscle, because I still like my cardio and I don't want to stop my cardio for more mental health, how many strength sessions do you think you need to do a week to have that progression, to have where you build up? You can say, I try and get 4 in at the minute, 2 upper, 2 lower. But I don't know sometimes if I'm guilty of the overtraining.
Yeah.
But I don't know, how many sessions would you recommend a week for building the muscle?
So I would look at it as like a two-prong approach. If you are doing like cardio, first of all, to everybody in this, I wouldn't use exercise for mental health because if you break a leg, like your mental health is going to go to shit because now you've broken a leg and you're miserable, but also you haven't got your outlay. So find something else to help with mental health. That's like something I'm really like keen on. And also exercise actually increases your cortisol, which is your stress hormone. So it actually does the opposite. It increases our stress rather than decreases it. So I would look at this as a two-prong approach. I would say if like 3 to 5 would be like a good spot for anybody. Let's say you hit, let's say you have 4 a week, right? So we are looking at maintenance or like weight loss or what is your goal? Is it weight loss, muscle building?
Well, no, probably more maintenance at the minute, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
but
So
more building muscle. For me, it's more, you said one of the things of more looking in the mirror, looking at yourself to think, actually, yeah, I've worked on myself. I've built, I'm very motivated by that at the minute.
Yeah, damn straight. So you should be. Put the work in, you can see it, and then get it up. So look at it as in like my maintenance would be however many calories if I'm doing 4. Let's say it's 1,800, right, for example. But then I'm burning roughly 2,000 calories a week doing cardio. I would add on the 2,000 calories. So even though you're technically in a surplus, you're not because you're burning that off while you're doing the cardio. So look at food as fuel for your cardio and then strength train calories and daily calories are separate. Does that make sense? So 3 to 5, I would definitely say. And how do you know if you're progressing is if you're getting stronger. So 1 more rep, 1 more set, 1 more kilogram, anything like that is going to make sure that you're getting stronger. Increase aerobic capacity. Even if like for your spin and stuff, I suppose the spin is more it is cardio, but it's also like up and down, and there's a little bit of like strength
Yeah.
endurance to it. Whereas if you're like just running 10Ks, running, whatever, I would split it up, or I would change it up a little bit. So you do some hills, you do some sprints. It's not just like plod, plod, plod. And then make sure that you are eating enough, recovering enough, because you won't build muscle if you've got loads of stress on, and you're not sleeping. So that is the priority. Even if you have to like maybe drop like a workout or two to replace with some walks, that's cool. Like I work out like that. You don't want to do too much though, because you will not get the result that you want. Play with it for, do one thing for, do two, 4 strength trainings and 4 cardios for a month. See how you feel. Look at things like energy, mood, GI, these kinds of things. Your menstrual cycle, like how that's freaking out or not. Then do change it up. So do 3 and 3 or 4 and 3 for another month, and then change it up, and just see how you feel, because yours is going to be different to Claire's, going to be different to mine, going to be different to Tammy's, and wherever. So if your body's adapted to where it's at, just hang on some more food. Is what I'd say.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you.
No props. There you go. I can see that everyone has to shoot, which is fine because it's been a long one. But if you guys need anything, just drop me a message. Hopefully, see your application in the inbox very soon. And if you need anything else, just message me. See you soon, guys. Have a good night.